For 20 years, no one has been worse on Monday Night Football than the Redskins. The Redskins didn't embarrass themselves Monday night in Philadelphia. They weren't great, but they weren't embarrassing. And honestly, they haven't embarrassed themselves in prime time over the last few seasons. They were competitive on a Monday night in Kansas City this month. They smacked the Raiders on Sunday Night Football this season, and handled the Packers on Sunday Night Football last season. They clinched a division in Philadelphia on a Saturday night in 2015, and have generally been about as hit and miss in primetime as they are at 4, or 1, or 10. But the latest primetime loss came on a Monday, which is where the real troubles appear. And it meant that Washington's Monday Night Football aggregate numbers just keep getting worse. It's a small sample size, sure, and the results from 2017 have little to do with the results from 2007 or 1997. And maybe you're sick of hearing about this, and consider it just a statistical quirk. But the numbers continue to be almost too bad to believe. And with the Redskins now finished with the Monday night portion of their 2017 schedule, those numbers won't be improving anytime soon. Consider 1-8. That's the Redskins' record on Monday Night Football since 2013. No other team has lost more than 5 Monday night games in that span. Washington has given up an average of 27.8 points in those 9 games, while scoring an average of 17.9. That means the average result is a 10-point loss. 2-13. That's the Redskins' record on Monday Night Football since 2008. It's the second worst Monday night winning percentage in that span, ahead only of the 0-5 Rams. Washington has given up an average of 29.2 points in those 15 games, which means as you go further back and add more data to your sample size, things are getting worse. Carson Wentz's MVP case got much stronger after he beat the Redskins. 4-18. That's the Redskins' record on Monday Night Football since 2001. That's the second worst winning percentage in that span, ahead only of the 1-5 Bills. Which highlights the craziest part of this: unlike most unsuccessful teams, the Skins keep getting invited back on football's grandest stage. Their 22 appearances on MNF since 2001 are tied for the 6th most in the league, but Washington has a minus 247-point differential in those 22 games. No other team is worse than minus 137. 5-21. That's the Redskins' record on Monday Night Football since 1998. It's the NFL's very worst Monday night winning percentage in that span. 8 of those losses came by at least 17 points. Yes, that's the most gruesome Monday night results in that span. And 12 of them came by double digits. Again, that means that over 20 seasons, just about half of Washington's appearances on Monday Night Football have resulted in a double-digit loss. 0-6. That's Kirk Cousins' record on Monday Night Football. And while trying to discern anything about anyone based on team results in 6 NFL games is foolhardy, Cousins became just the 3rd quarterback to start 0-6 on Monday nights. The only quarterbacks to ever start 0-6 on MNF are Archie Manning, Joe Namath and Kirk Cousins pick.twitter.com web link. ESPN Stats and Info, Edison Stats Info, October 24, 2017. .455. That's Washington's winning percentage on Sundays since 1998, which is actually 23rd out of 32 teams. It's not great, but it's not awful. That's why whatever happens on Mondays can't be explained away by saying the Redskins have been mostly bad for 2 decades. They've been mostly mediocre for 2 decades. But on Mondays, no one has been worse. And to drive home that point. 23-21. That's Washington's record on Saturdays and Sundays in the Jay Gruden era, a real, live-winning record. On Mondays and Thursdays, though, Gruden's teams are 1-9, which puts his overall career head coaching record underwater. Maybe it's based on tougher opponents as on those abnormal days. Maybe it's based on the pressure of a national audience. Maybe it's all total coincidence. But for 20 years now, the Redskins on Monday night have been the very worst the NFL has to offer. And you can bet they'll have at least one Monday night date waiting for them in 2018. More on the Redskins. Redskins defense let Carson Wentz escape for demoralizing third down scramble. Terrell Pryor, used sparingly Monday night, ponders his future with the Redskins. Redskins LT Trent Williams may consider a rest after tweaking his already injured knee. Carson Wentz simply couldn't be stopped by Redskins' depleted defense. What is that giant chart ESPN's Sean McDonough is holding and where did it come from? With heavy heart, Kirk Cousins ready for showdown with division rivals. Andreas Snapp grew up a Redskins fan, in Denmark. Now he's on the practice squad. Cowboys' Ezekiel Elliott will be eligible to play again.